Hi everyone, and welcome to the fourth Leia video tutorial on Leia for real estate. In this video tutorial, we're going to go over how you can post listings, your own listings for homes that you sell in your listing section. In the previous tutorials, we've gone over how you can answer the questions necessary to build the initial website. And then we showed you how you can redesign the site, edit some of the text, edit some photos and things like that. And then also edit the default search criteria for the properties that Leia will load into your web page when it first loads. So in order to get started with this listing section right here, you're going to click this Manage Listings button. And just like any other section on your page, if we didn't like the way this listing section looked, we could click Redesign Structure and we could see a new one. It doesn't really make sense to mess around with that until we have some actual listings in here. And the way that this works essentially is we're going to be creating a new page for every single one of our listings, a new landing page, and then in this listing section, Leia will add a link to it with an image and a button and something that looks very cool. So to get started, let's click on Manage Listings. And since we don't already have one to edit, let's click Add a Listing and enter the address. So for this, we're going to do 301 Congress Ave, because that's the location of our office. If this were a real property, I would imagine we could upload a photo from our photo library because we'd have one. But for this, since we don't have one, it's not a real property that we're selling, we're going to click Search for Image, and let's enter House. Okay, I like this one right here. Let's choose that. And then again, if it were a real property, we'd want to be descriptive here, but we're just going to say this is a description. And let's create the listing. All right, so the listing has been created. As you can see, this is the design that Leia initially gave us for what the listings look like in this listing section. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I think it looks okay, but let's redesign it just to see what it could look like otherwise. So that one's not too bad. Or that one. That one. That one. All right, I like this one. Let's leave it as is. So if we were to create more listings, they would pop up to the right here in a row, and the user could just kind of sit here and browse around, the different listings, click on them to go view what they look like. So let's do that next. Let's go see one of these landing pages, but first, let's save the changes. All right, we're going to scroll down here to our listing section, and then let's click on Manage Listings, Edit a Listing, and click on our 301 Congress Ave listing. All right, so this is the landing page that Leia created for us. We've got the address up in here. We've got a little description about it. Obviously, this is the text that we chose for description, not super descriptive. So, you'll want to provide something a little bit more detailed than that when you do yours. And then we've got a photo gallery here. If you have questions about how to edit the photo gallery itself or this contact form or any of the other sections in this page, we've got a few links to some video tutorials for the traditional version of Leia in our description for this video. So from this page here, obviously we can edit all the components, we can redesign them just like we can other parts of the website, but we could also edit the name, right? So if we didn't want this to be 301 Congress Ave anymore, we could click here, enter a different name here and update it, and that would update the link for the page. We could also delete the page from here if we didn't want it to be on our site anymore. But what I'm going to do next is show you what this looks like on a live browser. So if we go back to our live version of our website, and let's refresh the page so it gets the latest changes. And let's scroll down to our listing section. No, we do not want to join the newsletter right now. You'll be able to see that we can click on this Read More, and it's going to load our 301 Congress Ave page. Right, so that's how listings work. Pretty self-explanatory, and that's all we're going to be doing in this video tutorial. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions about any of that, feel free to get in touch with us at leia@vybesoftware.com, and we'll see you in the next video.